And now, for everybody who's watching, you're gonna see me read this bio. But those of us who are listening, I'm reading it because this is I'm excited. See what I mean? So we're gonna get the good bio. We're gonna get the good red bio here. So listen to this. Now, today's guest has one of the most famous last names in American sports, a name that meant Super Bowls, World Series, Hall of Fame, prime time, a lot high risk pregnancy. The doctor said might not happen. She dealt with a lot of stuff in public, the postpartum journey in public. She went through a messy, loud breakup in public. But somewhere in the middle of it all, she's been asking God a question, and that's, Lord, I don't even know what to pray to heal from it. I just know this is not me, Lord, and I'm excited about it. To me, this is my sister, man. To me, this is somebody that, I met one time, and after that one meeting, I was like, she's so real, so down to earth, so authentic, that I just appreciated her, and she showed up and, just been real ever since. So, don't let the name and the fame and all that fool you. She a real one. My sister, Deiondra Sanders, in the building. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. I love that intro. Okay?
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Just something slight. Something
that was
slight.
Real good.
Well, listen, I did mean that too, like in terms of you being just real. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like I was actually, because a lot of times you meet celebrities, public figures, because I did meet you the first time at your pop's game when he was coaching.
Yeah.
And there was so many celebrities on the sidelines. It was just like celebrity row. And you were just authentic. You was like, yeah, this is Tuesday for me. You know what I'm saying? You was just Tuesday. And then you hit me up like, hey, you coming you having an event in Dallas, I'm gonna show up. And I was like, oh, that's what's up. Like, she just real, like no airs, no, you know what I mean? None of that fake foo-foo stuff. Yeah. And I was like, okay, I rock with that. Cause you could be, but you're not.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I love that, man. I got to see your son Snow. You know what I'm saying?
Snow.
And I know that Snow's been a big part of your journey right now, just in your life.
Yes, huge.
Yeah. So that's what I'm excited to tap into that a little bit, because you said, this is one of your quotes, I lost myself so much in my last relationship and becoming a new mother, I didn't really know who I am anymore. And now you are a mother. You are so many different things because you went through that. But who do you feel like you were before?
First, I feel like I was someone that was secure.
Okay. Yeah.
Very secure with myself. Confident. Fun. Spontaneous.
So you feel like a lot of that is gone, or you feel like you're getting it back? Are you trying to get back to that version of you?
I'm trying to get back to that version, but I realized that I'll never be who I was before, because it's like being a mom, even your thought process is different. Like I could not even have Snow, but I have mom thoughts in my head. So it's still going to be different, but I definitely want to be someone that's more secure than what I am now and more confident in myself.
Yeah. You like just walking into motherhood, like it's just seeing you come in the building. It's like you just was in mommy mode. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, Snow is going to grow up in this world where, mom is a public figure, mom is seen. You grew up, dad is a public figure, World Series, Atlanta Falcons superstar, all these things. How do you feel like that affected your childhood? Keep it real.
I'm like, I don't want to get into this early.
No, we here.
So I don't really feel like who my dad was affected my childhood, but something that does bother me is because, my parents divorced when I was 6. So we was always going back and forth. So to know that I never wanted my child to grow up like that. So to know that Snow will be growing up like that, that kind of like, I don't want to say I feel like I failed as a parent, because I had a good childhood, but it's like every other weekend, don't stay somewhere for too long. Don't make friends because we can't go to parties on a weekend because we're going to see, it's just like that was really hard. So I never really wanted a child to grow up like that. So
okay, you guys. So I'm listening to what is underneath what she's saying. Now I hear hurt, and I'm listening for the pattern, and I'm listening for her family role. And at this point, when she was going back and forth, she didn't have a role in the family, because remember, her dad divorced when she was young and remarried. So it sounds like she's saying that she really didn't have a role in the family. She was just going back and forth and didn't have a place. So we're listening to where Deiondra may have felt included, excluded, seen, unseen, valued, or overlooked, okay?
I feel like that's more so what bothers me when it comes to affecting Snow. But I don't think the way that we raise him will affect us. Because, I mean, I feel like even though my dad is who he is, I mean, we're very humble, because I could really be
popping it.
Yeah. So I don't think that will make a difference. But
yeah, no, I grew up a single parent household, and I think my mom did a great job. You know what I mean? I didn't have my dad in my life at all. I didn't have a grandfather. I didn't have, my uncles were. So just to know, like, Snow has a grandfather, has uncles, I'm even seeing your tribe around you. It's like everybody, like, yeah, I see something that he has that I didn't even have. And I feel like, man, God did something great with me despite my circumstances. So that's something I don't think you have to worry about. I think you're in a good
okay, because I would be stressed about that.
Nah, I think you're in a good space. But I am curious, like, because a lot of people would say, like, oh, well, my parents divorced and so on and so forth. But your parents divorced, people would look at your life and say, well, yeah, but your dad is the biggest thing in sports, and you got all this, and you got money, you got access, and you get to, all the celebrities are coming to your house. And like, was that a cool thing? Like, do you remember those moments? Was it just regular life? What was that like for you growing up?
The Planet Fitness Black Card. Access any location, bring a friend.
Whether you agree or disagree with her experience, right? She's telling us something. So we just got to really listen and, stop judging. She's telling us what it felt like for her position in the family. And whether somebody agrees with her or not, this is still her experience. And as a therapist, one thing I learned is that multiple people in the same family can all be telling the truth from their own position, okay? So this is her story.
Like, I really didn't realize who my daddy was until his Hall of Fame weekend.
Shut up.
And I think I probably was 21 at the time. I didn't. I swear, like, I remember we was sitting at dinner one night and they showed his highlights. And I was like, okay, you was that nigga, daddy? Like, that was my first time seeing his highlights.
You're lying to me.
And then we went on the next day. It was a parade. And everybody's like, Deion, prime time. I'm like, my daddy really is him. Like, but I had grew up, that was just my dad. Like, when it was football season, we would go to his games in the suite. It would always be celebrities in there, but that was just normal to us. So I really didn't realize, like, the impact until his Hall of Fame weekend. And that's so crazy to me. But yeah.
That's crazy to me too. But it is, but it ain't. But it is. So what about the perks? Like, you didn't feel like, oh, like you didn't realize like you was getting perks that other kids wouldn't get normally? Or
I mean, now that I'm an adult, even it's so funny because I actually told my friend this the other day. I was like, I've been house shopping. And I'm just like, okay, I don't have beer budget, but maybe champagne. But no, I'll say wine taste. But I got champagne taste, but wine budget.
Okay.
And so I was telling my friend, I was like, I realized like my daddy didn't really was doing it because the houses I like, I can't really get right now to see how I grew up. Dang, they was balling.
Like, you say that
for
house
me,
is,
that
is
was
$7
normal.
million? $7 million?
I'm like, dang. So for me, that was just like normal, growing up in a good house. We had a chef, going places every other weekend, going to see my dad in different cities because he played sports. Like, it was just cool. Obviously I know that's not normal now, but that was just my life then.
Yeah. Are you enjoying this conversation? I really hope you're enjoying the conversation because
So I hear a little girl, right? And a lot of times we get stuck in our inner child. Because when she talks about her family experience, I don't just hear celebrity drama. I hear a child who may have felt like she had to figure out where she belonged. And that matters right now because in all blended families, one of the biggest issues is belonging. Where do I fit in? Am I important? Does my daddy see me the same? Do I have a place in his new household? Do my siblings see me as family? Does this new wife welcome me? And I'll stop there. But it's a new family structure at this point where she's talking about right now. And these commercials be okay.
Who I am today, I don't feel like I missed anything other than, we was always traveling. So, and always I went to different schools a lot. So I don't really have like childhood friends, stuff like that. So, but other than that, I don't really think I missed anything other than, I hope people don't crucify me for this, but growing up the way I did, it kind of made me, I don't want to say lack passion, but
I know what you're saying.
What's the word?
Like grit, ambition, or something.
Ambition. It made me lack ambition because it's like everything was handed to me.
Yep.
So it's like, I don't have to do this to help my mom.
They would not crucify you for that. That's being honest.
Baby, they take me down for everything.
Okay. Well, we not down.
But that's one thing that I will say did kind of mess me up. Like, it took me a long time to get ambition, like a really long time, which I wish I would have got it earlier. But when you grow up the way I did, it's kind of like, oh, okay, I'm just doing this for fun.
Okay. So because it's actually kind of funny because my daughter, I think about that. Like, I'm gonna make my daughter intern because I think about that. Like, my wife doesn't work. My daughter's she's just like, yeah, I'm just chilling. Like, I'm like, what do you want to do? She's like, do I gotta go to college? Like, what the hell? And I was like, that's
make sure she wants to go because I wasted a lot of money
in
college.
Okay. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm just like, okay, this is interesting. So what do you think would have changed that? Would anything have made a difference? Like,
I really don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Now that I'm older, you wish you could, dang, I would do this differently. I would have did this differently, but I just really don't know.
Yeah. So you have a lot of times people think of your dad and not catch that you were living in two different worlds. You living with your mom, you living with your dad. They were together, then they weren't together. You were young when the divorce happened. Did you feel it?
Now we're getting into the family dynamics, you guys. And when the system changed, the family system changed, everybody had to adjust. And I think this is the part where Deiondra is stuck in her adult life, which is, as the interview go along, you will understand why I'm saying this. But all the adults had to adjust. The children, which is her and her brother, had to adjust. Not only did they have to adjust, her new siblings had to adjust. And if the adults were not intentional, the children from the previous relationship can end up feeling like they're on the outside looking in. And I think that is where Deiondra is at right now.
Did it affect you? Did you realize what you were navigating or seeing?
So I'm gonna be honest. I have bad memory. And I always say it's like a blessing and a curse. Because I feel like I don't remember a lot of stuff from my childhood like my brother does. And that causes me to not like, since I don't remember, it's like I don't hold on to something I need to be healed from.
Ooh.
So that's why I say it's a blessing.
Okay.
But then I say it's a curse because it's like a lot of stuff I really wish I did remember that I really don't. But then I have the good side where the stuff if I remember.
It's very common to block out trauma. Okay? That's very common.
I probably know it's a lot of healing I would have needed to do.
Okay. That's good. I mean, no, that's good. I mean, some stuff I wonder, do we stuff down so we don't have to deal with it? But then some stuff is like, I just genuinely don't remember what happened. So you would say you didn't feel an effect of them not being together. It was just life.
That's kind of all I kind of remember is them really not together. So
then for you, when you think about being a mom and not being with, like, because you're like, oh man, I didn't want my child to have to deal with split homes. Was there anything hard about that for you? Or was it just because you're talking about, it's like, oh, it was just life, but there had to be something that's like, okay, well, if this was a little tough.
I think just as I got older, I got to see people in the same home, and I just always wanted to experience it.
Okay.
Like,
now we're getting into the nitty-gritty, y'all. See, and this is the part the internet is missing. This is not just about the divorce. This is about what happens after the divorce. This is about the remarriage, the blended siblings. This is about access, family roles. This is about who gets included and who feels left behind. And when Deiondra talks about not having the greatest relationship, well, let me stop here. Let me finish.
I grew up great, like my mom, great mom, dad, great dad. But it's like, what would have been like, if, was in the same home.
Yeah.
That's all. It's just like, what would have, the only thing that was a lot was like traveling so much. Like I said, I never really could go to like birthdays and stuff because I was always going out of town, but I did love spending time with my dad. So I didn't mind it. But now that I'm older, I'm like, dang, what would it have been like if this would have been different? Only because of what I see.
Yeah. All right, everybody. I know you hate it when I interrupt the conversation, but I'm only interrupting because I love you.
So listen, y'all. Like I said, this is about family structure. See, this is what happens when children who share the same father do not always share the same household experience. She was on the outside looking in at her father with a new family, often feeling left out. And see, you can fast forward that into to today and what's happening with her now with the whole baby daddy thing. Maybe she felt left out. Those feelings don't go away. Okay, let me skip forward. She got a lot of commercials. So let me skip.
So if y'all see Snow just magically appears because he said mom can't do this solo. No, yeah, but I was just curious, like, you with your siblings, like, was there like, wait, did you feel like you were part of the group, or did it feel like there was some sort of like distance or competition, or like, did it just feel like, no, we are a big family? How did it feel growing up?
I would say both.
Okay.
Because it's so funny because the sibling that was so mean to me growing up, I'm so close with now, which is Shiloh.
Hilarious.
But we're so close now, so it's so crazy. But I would feel like we was a family, but it was like other things that kind of made me feel on the outside other than them. So, but as we got older, we definitely.
Okay. Now this is the pivot point right here in her life. When Deiondra started talking about not having the greatest relationship with Shador, Shiloh, and Shalami growing up, that stood out to me. Because this is not just about sibling drama. This is really about family structure. This is what happens when children who share a father do not always share the same household experience, like I said. And what I found interesting is that she said Shiloh, who was the meanest to her, is the closest right now. That confirms that it was maybe a grown up pushing that type of rhetoric in the blended family to where she felt left out. And I also found it interesting because sometimes the siblings you are distant from growing up becomes the sibling who understands you later. And a lot of times I hear, Shiloh talk about these type of things as well. But so sometimes healing doesn't happen in childhood. Maybe this is where she gets to heal. So this is very real, and I think this is where Black families need to pay attention, because when a man has children and then remarries, he is not just choosing a wife. Okay, he is choosing a woman who will affect the whole family system. He is choosing somebody who may influence how children from a previous relationship are included. He's choosing somebody who may help build bridges or create distance, and that matters. Okay? And I think that's the mistake and I'm not going to say mistake, but because you can't say a mistake because then there would be no Shador, Shiloh, and Shalami. But it's important that a man chooses that type of woman, because children don't just need money, they need to belong. She needed to belong. She needed access. She needed emotional safety. And they need to know they still have a place in the family. So if Deiondra grew up feeling like she didn't have a place, that can follow you in adult life. It can show up later in relationships. It can show up in self-esteem. It can show up in how they respond to rejection, which is what Jacquees did, rejected her. And it can also show up how they feel inside somebody else's family, which happened in her relationship. And that is another piece I want to talk about with Deiondra, if you're listening, girl. Let's get back to it.
We got closer.
It's just like what, because they're with him 24/7, and so they get more time.
No, it was just, other things that we don't need to talk about.
Okay, we're going to talk about it, because the other thing is Pilar. That is the other thing. That is the elephant in the room, okay? I'm here to just tell it like it is. Now, when she's talking about other things, she's talked about her own relationships and feelings of her stepmother, putting her on the outside of her children's father's family. Now, if you grow up feeling outside of one's family system, you may be very sensitive to feeling outside of another one. And I think Pilar closing the door on Deiondra and Bucky in a way, and I can just imagine because I've experienced this before. It's like, wow, the dad is around, you're nice, but when the dad is away, you're mean, that type of thing. And that's what I'm getting from her when she made that statement. And that doesn't mean that it was something wrong with Deiondra. But you can tell that she is still hurt by this. And it is a long history with them, from the beginning of the blended family, not being included, feeling left out. You can grow resentment towards someone like that. And then after the divorce, all the stuff that happened, and Deiondra played a huge role in protecting her father, that she did say some things to Pilar. Let's keep going because I just want to get the elephant out the room. She is talking about Pilar, and she is talking about growing up feeling outside of the family. Okay, let's keep going.
It was just other things that kind of made me feel more on the outside of with them. Stop, Snow. I know you like, how you moving my hand?
Okay, so you say it was just other things
Yeah.
that just made you feel on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
I got you. What bonded y'all? What made it feel like, okay, we are a unit?
I would say just as we got older, just going through life, and it's like everybody's maturing. It's like, dang, this is my brother, this is my sister. Like, so we started like talking a lot more. Of course, we would talk sometimes, but when I was in like college and stuff, they was so much younger. Mm-hmm. So when they got a little older, it's like, okay, like this is my brother, this is my family, like we're really close. So we would start going on trips together, link up and stuff, and just like, okay. So I think that's kind of bonded us, just when we just started getting more mature.
Now your
and I really love that because it was age that helped the family dynamic. Because I think when you have a woman who is not willing to make the family whole, whether it's from previous marriage, kids from previous marriage, or whatever, it makes it very hard to make the family dynamics a whole because you got one grown adult keeping the children separated. So I think age is what helped them, and she was not able to convince the younger children not to have a relationship with the older two siblings. And I also want to say that doesn't mean that it was something wrong with Deiondra. It means that her wounds got touched again as an adult. And when a wound gets touched again, people react from pain. And it's not just the present moment. This is old pain, old rejection, old exclusion, and old questions about value. And that's why I say social media heard drama, but I heard family dynamics. And this really can help a lot of blended families, a lot of families who has bad family dynamics. Because this is bigger than who said what. This is about how, as a child, Deiondra experienced inside a blended family that shaped the way she saw herself. And this is why I don't want to make this video about bashing anybody. And I don't know if Pilar would have did something different, or if she would have. Well, we all probably been in that situation where you've been in a relationship and like, dang, I wish I would have done things differently. But families are complicated. Divorce is complicated, and blended families are complicated. Co-parenting is complicated. And because they're public, they had even more pressure because everybody thinks they, know the whole story. And, oh, they rich. Oh, life is great. But it wasn't. We see the clips. We see the interviews. We see social media posts. And I think that's why Black culture is drawn to the Sanders family because, yeah, they rich, but they go through a whole bunch of Black shit. Okay? And I'm just happy she's finally talking about it. So I just want to bring this perspective to her if she ever see this video. Let's keep going.
I know your pops, I guess, like in the middle of the divorce, you're young at the time, but he was in a dark space. It said, apparently in his bio, it said like he tried to commit suicide, during this time period where he about to drove off of a cliff. And then that was like a moment where his life shifted and he just was like, all right, Jesus is a part of my life now. I done found God. You're young, so I don't know if you saw a transition, or did you just grow up with the dad who just this is what he was on now? What did you see it? Did you feel it? Or this was just the way he had, like, cause you were so young, this is just like how he was for y'all?
I won't really say I saw it and I felt it, but what I do remember is we started going to church every Sunday.
Okay.
Whenever I would go visit him.
Okay.
So I do remember that we was there faithfully. So that must have been right when the shift happened. But yeah, we was there faithfully.
So you were a kid, so you didn't see Crazy Prime and all that type of stuff. You just knew like, we going to church on Sunday, y'all.
Yeah.
So what is that like? Because I didn't grow up with my pops, nor did I grow up with a pops who loved Jesus. Like, what is that like? Was that like holding hands in prayer all the time, or what is that? With like your dad's larger than life, so I'm sure he's larger than life in the house too. But was he like, come on, y'all, we gonna pray, we gonna da da da? What did that look like?
I mean, it just looks like someone that has a relationship with Christ. I mean, my mom has a close relationship with Christ too, so I was kind of already used to going to church and then, praying. Your parents putting the holy oil on the bedroom door while you sleep, praying on your forehead. So I was already kind of used to that. But just with my dad, it was just, it was kind of the same.
Okay.
It wasn't any different. I just know my dad started making us memorize like his favorite Bible verse and stuff.
Okay. So that's cool.
Wow. It really sounds like Coach Prime was really trying to make it work. And unfortunately, Pilar brought a lot of havoc on all ends in the family dynamics. So now that she's an adult, she's finally speaking, and sometimes we need to stop trying to make content out of them and actually listen. Because Deiondra is telling us something. She was telling us what it felt like from her position in the family. And whether somebody agrees with her or not, this is still her experience, y'all. So, as a therapist, one thing I learned is that multiple people in the same family can all be telling the truth from their own position. And we don't know what it looks like for Shador, Shiloh, and Shalami in this situation. But this is the oldest daughter experience, because remember, Coach Prime got his experience, Pilar has her experience, Deiondra's mother has her experience. The children from the first relationship have their experience, and the children from the second relationship have their experience. All of these experiences can be different, y'all. Doesn't have to look the same.
Low-key are rebellious.
Why do they say that?
Well, I don't know. Why do they say that? I think what it is like there's an expectation they have of them, and then they say, I'm not gonna follow what you think I should be doing. I'm doing something different, right? Like, regardless of who it is, you go down the list from Shiloh, just go down a list. But you seem like you kind of reject that rebellious like title. You know what I mean? Like, how do you see it?
I don't think none of us are rebellious. Okay. I think I probably was.
He said,
What? Okay, it's out there. You have to go out there and get it, okay? You gonna go with Mel? Okay, here, I'll hold this. Go ahead. Go ahead and get it. Go ahead and get it. You can't have it in here. Go get it. Okay. You should be good for a little bit.
All right.
Here, can you hold this, Marcus? All right. Sorry, y'all.
That's motherhood, man. That's motherhood. Okay. Snow decided to depart as soon as you start lying and saying that y'all not rebellious.
Okay, name, tell me an example of what you think that we've done that's rebellious, because I don't really think.
Okay, first of all, we can go down the line. Let's start with your pops.
Okay.
Let's start with your pops, and everyone's like, hey, man, you a role model. Don't be wearing all that big jewelry and doing all that stuff. He's like, man, I'm about to wear the jewelry. This is who I am, baby. I ain't gonna be who you want me to be. But is that rebellious or
to
just the culture? They would confident. Say so. Okay, all right, but confidence is what people want to stamp out. They say,
oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. You too confident. Like, pretend you're not. You know what I mean? So, and then some people say that some people confidence comes off as cocky or whatever. I mean, maybe that is you. Is that how you feel like you are? Or you just like, yeah, that's just, some people think I'm cocky because I'm confident.
No, I wish I was cocky.
Okay, so you're a little different.
Yeah, I would say I'm just more too humble. I'm trying to be like my brothers. Like, Lord, please give me the confidence.
More confident.
I swear I pray for that. Please give me the confidence, because it just broke so much.
Yeah.
I just need to get it back some way, somehow.
Well, you got your own wiring. You know what I mean? I think you're unique and you wire differently. You're a sensitive soul. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I wasn't.
Oh, okay.
Now it's like, baby just changes hormones.
And that's
like
okay.
I cried at a graduation. I cry so easily now. So it's so different. It's hard.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's who you are. You know what I'm saying? You're the oldest.
Yes.
Everybody else in sports.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't go that route.
Not at all.
Why?
My dad took the fun out of it.
Really? What you mean? Like
when I was in school growing up, it was just like too serious.
Give me a story. Give me an example. What do you mean?
I mean, just like he just would be like, I mean, because he wants you to be the best at what you do.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't really a sports person like that. So it's just more like, oh, well, you scored 10 points, but you missed 2. Like, seriously? Yeah, we're going to be running tomorrow. Like, Daddy, I don't even want to do this no more. Like, I'm doing this so I can have fun with my friends in PE class. Okay. Like, so for me, he just took the fun out of it growing up.
Yeah, I think I'm that dad too. So I guess I got to chill. You just.
But then for boys, it might be different because, taking the fun out of it, look, see where they at now.
Yeah.
Very successful. So
it depends on the kid, I guess.
Yeah. Depends on what they want to do.
What did you want to do?
That's the thing. I don't know. Well, no, I know when I was younger, I did tell my dad I wanted to be a sports agent. Okay.
I mean, yeah, it was just a light work, But so you were a kid, you weren't like, oh man, I want to be an actor or a singer or a model or none of that.
Mm-mm.
What like when you saw your mom, what did you think your mom did?
She did so much stuff.
Okay, so I'm saying when you thought of her, did you think of her as like, oh, she's an entrepreneur, she's a model, she's a this, she's a that? What did you think?
I knew because I asked a lot of questions. So I knew she had a bunch of different jobs. I knew she wrote a book where she was like on Essence bestseller.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just knew. I just never really. See, that's where the lack of ambition came. I don't even know how to describe it, but that's where, it was just the only thing I ever wanted to be that I told my dad was a sports agent. And I was like in high school then. So it wasn't growing up.
Well, now how does that change to the version of you today? You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Like, yeah.
It changes a lot because now I just want to know myself again. Okay. So baby steps, baby steps.
Let's talk about that a little bit because you're like, I just want to know myself again. Like you went through some trauma.
A lot.
You went through some trauma. So I guess let's talk about what you said earlier. So Snow was here, Snow gone.
Mm-hmm.
Took you a long time to connect with Snow when he was a baby. right? Because of the postpartum.
Oh yeah, what we're talking about. Okay.
Right. So what does that feel like for somebody who doesn't know what postpartum is like? What was that like for you? What were you going through? Talk me through it. Like you have the baby and then what happens? You have Snow, you're in the hospital.
Postpartum for me was, I don't think let me think about this for a second.
Okay.
Because there's so many different. When I first had Snow, he was in NICU. So I couldn't really connect with him anyways. Of course, I would go see him every day for hours, but it wasn't like the overnight. Breastfeeding was very hard for me. Pumping milk, and I only wanted to do breast milk at the time. So I couldn't really connect with him like that either because I wasn't he wasn't able, he wasn't latching on. So it was just really me like, am I able to feed my child? Like, am I a good mom or this, like that? That was the beginning stuff. As time went on, as months went on, I found a solution. I was still breastfeeding, but I found a donor milk, which helped a lot. But it was more so of the thoughts of, it's like they tell you when your baby sleep to do chores and stuff like that. But then it's like, dang, I'm just so tired. Like, I don't want to do anything. Is me sitting here with my child sleeping?
Okay, they told her different. You're supposed to sleep when your child is asleep. That was the first mistake.
Am I a bum now? Am I this and that? And it's like you really think these thoughts, like, am I considered lazy? Am I like, you really think this stuff? So it messes with you because you're like, dang, I wasn't like that before. You try to do stuff, but just physically, you're just not able to do that. Then it's like when you do sleep with your child, you do this, you're like, dang, am I doing too much? Am I just not giving enough? It's like all these thoughts that just keep going back and forth to be like, are you a good parent? Are you being a good partner? Are you being a good sibling? It's like, am I enough right now for everybody?
Yeah.
Because I'm just getting pulled in every direction, but I really just need to focus on my child.
Yeah.
But mentally, I don't know how to do that.
I think a lot of women, I think we take postpartum as a joke, and it's not. Postpartum is already a vulnerable time emotionally, right? And new mothers often struggle with identity changes. They do, and can struggle with self-esteem. And if you also have something that has aggravated that prior to that, it can be worse. And a lot of new mothers often struggle with feeling, supported. So if someone is already experiencing rejection, because remember, she felt rejection growing up in her blended family, postpartum can magnify those feelings.
It was real public, right? The pregnancy and then even Snow being born, it was really public. And then of course you have a very popular father of your child. From the outside looking in, just social media and in the public, it looked like, oh, everything is great. Everything's great. So even
Bull Jack.
So talk about it. What was really going on behind the scenes?
I think I won't say a lot because I still felt regular feelings as a mom, just figuring out who I am again. Like I had to grieve the old version of me. Like I didn't know this new person. But I think some of the things that dealt with postpartum that kind of made it worse is probably my relationship as well. Like, and that's just being honest.
It wasn't going well even during the birth.
During the birth, it was cool, but it's like when it really counted. I mean, it's public stuff. He just chose everything else other than, me. So that kind of battled with me too, because it's like, I've lost myself. I'm grieving the old me. I don't know who I am. I need somebody to just pick me and like choose me. So I could.
It's amazing that this guy rejected her. I'm still flabbergasted by that, right? But let's talk about his rejection. Because when the relationship ended, a lot of people focus on just the breakup itself, but it really wasn't about that. The rejection triggered deeper feelings for this young lady. And the feelings I'm talking about is from childhood. Okay. She had already experienced being rejected before in the family dynamics. And rejection is rejection. And one rejection can remind somebody of previous rejections throughout their life. And that's why some breakups hurt more than others.
Feel like myself again, so I could feel like I'm worthy of something, because I've literally lost myself having this baby. So for me not having that, I feel like it kind of affected the way that I felt as well, because then it's like we moved. So we moved somewhere where it's like I have no help in the city. So I was just going through, it was just me and Snow, he on the road doing this and that. Like, it was just a lot all at once that I was dealing with.
Yeah.
So I think that had an effect on it as well. And then just the way that how he didn't really understand, or I don't think he saw me for what I really needed him for at that time.
Yeah. Were y'all already dating when I met you at the game?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Okay.
I think that was like the start.
Okay. I remember your dad. Your dad was hilarious. Your dad was like, he said something to me, and he was talking to you, and he was like, "Who told you to wear that dress? You got a longer one? Don't you got a longer?"
Oh yeah, my daddy be tripping. Like all my brothers do actually.
So at that point in time, that's what made me feel like, oh, he's like overprotective. He wants to. Now, I say all that to say, you're at this game. You are running around with other well-known people. And did you feel pressure? Like, what does a woman in your position look for in a man at this? Like, did you feel like, oh, he's got to be known, or he's got to be seen, or, like I got to add to my, like, do you feel like you were looking for some type of guy?
I don't think I was looking for a type of guy. I knew the type of guy that I wanted. Now I know the type of guy I really want, because I didn't know.
Come on.
I guess I just didn't really know that all men aren't certain ways.
Okay. You grew up with a good example.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is how it is.
Yeah. So I thought that was like normal. I didn't know that it's like, no, it's some men like this. It's some men like this. Some men that act like this, or they choose this. They think like that. So now I know what I really want in a man more than I thought I did. But at that time, no, I wasn't. Shoot, I was enjoying life, having a good time, working. My daddy was popping. It was like he was new. I didn't have a baby. I was just living life, like really enjoying the blessings and the fruit of my daddy life.
Hilarious. And so when does the reality check come? When is it like, oh shoot, like this ain't what I think it is. Maybe this ain't what. Well, first of all, even the pregnancy, like, was that a controversial moment for y'all, for the family, or was it just like, okay, I hope this guy is serious. I hope, like, was it?
Being honest.
Yeah. The only way to be.
It was a controversial moment for my family, because they really didn't like him for the way that he treated me. So they was really mad. Of course, my dad wasn't. I mean, everybody felt some kind of way, but my dad knew the issues I had, with fibroids and stuff like that. So he knew I always wanted a family. So he was like, okay, I understand that. He actually wasn't as mad as I thought he would be. I was actually scared to answer the phone when he kept calling me when it got online.
Okay.
But my other brothers, they was just like, you gonna let this nigga in our family? Like,
I like Shiloh.
So, but they only, because they're very protective of me. Like, I'm their sister. Like, I'm the cool one. I'm the one that,
Yeah.
always like doing stuff. And then for me to just be going through so much what I did, they just really didn't like to see me like that. That's all.
Yeah, I was really, and this, let me just give you my perspective. All right. I was really impressed meeting you at the game. I was like, man, she's sociable, she's down to earth, she's cool. But if I'm honest, I saw somebody who,
With base 44, a simple sentence becomes website. Page after.
Who in my mind hadn't really trying to think of the right way to articulate it. Somebody who didn't even know how valuable she was.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like somebody who's like, and you know you were valuable.
I can understand that.
Yeah. So
yeah,
for
I can
me,
definitely understand that.
For me, I was like, yo, you are blessed. Not even because of your dad, not even because of your brothers. That's like extra. That's just extra stuff. But just somebody who's like, oh man, God really loved this girl. You know what I'm saying? God really loved this girl. God really this is his daughter. You know what I'm saying? And so even for me, from the outside looking in, I think I wanted more for you. You know what I'm saying? Just being honest.
Thank you. I thank you for your honesty. I mean,
I don't know my mans.
Yeah, no.
But I wanted more for you.
No, I get that. I feel like,
wow, y'all. Everybody is trying to figure out, what is this girl? What did this girl see in this guy? I mean, we're talking about self-worth versus self-esteem now. Self-esteem comes from how we view ourselves. And you would think, how does she get to this point where she, doesn't view herself like we probably view her, right? I mean, I wouldn't have never thought she would talk to somebody like Jacquees. I mean, let's keep it real. I think self-worth comes from believing we deserve love, belonging, and respect. So if someone spent years questioning where they belong, which is what she did in her childhood, remember? It can affect both your self-esteem and your self-worth. And I think this is where she at right now. And I'm happy she's here because she gets to grow from this.
a part of me, I had to forgive myself because, like, no matter how much in love I was, love make you do some crazy things and to make you blind.
Yeah.
So now that I'm, seeing it from the outside, it's like, dang, I really deserve better. And it's like, Deiondra, you would have never put up with that normally. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I kind of was upset at myself for a very long time.
Yeah.
Like a very long time for just allowing to be the fool. You know what I'm saying? But love make you do crazy things.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think in a moment, because I have a teenage daughter, and I think of myself a lot like your pops, in a sense. Like I was out there, I was wilding, and then like God kind of transitioned me, and I was in a healthier place. And now I got this daughter, and I know what a wilding type of individual can be. So I'm always telling her, don't date these type of dudes. Stay away from me, because they was me and I was them.
At least you honest with it. But that's how my daddy always been.
But see, I don't think his daughter is going to have those issues because he has a family and his family dynamics. He don't have blended children. And I think that's you can't really compare the two, because you have to understand what happens when a child feels outside the family system. And we're talking about her childhood now. She felt excluded, and that impacted her self-worth. Y'all got to follow me here. She felt unseen as a child, which impacted her confidence. She felt disconnected when Deion married Pilar, and that impacted her future relationships period, with men. So as a child, like she said, she don't remember every event because it's trauma. She just remembers how it felt. So that's important, y'all.
He always been honest with me. Like, we're the type of family, like my dad is the type that even if he don't like it, if it's something I like, he's gonna support it. He gonna tell me what it is from the beginning. Like, look, this what it's gonna be, this, that.
Yeah.
But he'll support it just because he wants me to be happy.
Yeah, that's good. And how tall are you?
5'5.5".
Yeah. So what you wanted a little kid? You wanted like a short king?
When I tell y'all, everybody is trying to figure out what she was doing with this little man. I'm happy he did this to her, because I think she's now realizing her self-worth. And remember, self-worth and self-esteem is different. She needs to see her self-worth first. So I'm happy he called her out.
What your thing was? I'm just curious.
You just can't control who you fall in love with.
Yes, you can.
Like, I never.
So, yeah.
I mean,
you had a thing for the short kings. That's cool. I'm just checking.
I don't have a thing for the short kings, but I had a thing for that short king. But I don't have a thing for the short king. So short kings, stay on my inbox.
I have a friend with benefits.
5% cashback rewards on gas, groceries, and internet.
Credit One Bank.
Hold on, yeah.
Every month, this Airbnb.
Let me see if I want to go further. I think that's really all of the interview that I like.
He pays me about 20.
We'll watch a couple of more minutes. But yeah, y'all, I think this is great for Deiondra. I think she's gonna finally see her self-worth. Yeah.
But no, it's just, I mean, you just really can't.
Yeah, I know what
like,
you're saying.
Yeah, you just can't control who you love. Honestly, at first I'd be like, oh no. But then it's like when you get to know somebody, you're like, oh, okay.
How did y'all end up meeting though? Somebody introduced y'all or somebody?
Someone introduced us.
Okay. And he's like, all right.
He really want to know.
Okay, he cool.
Okay. Okay. Now, there had to have been. So I'm just wondering, how picky were you or are you? Because there had to have been tons of athletes, entertainers, actors, all kinds of people who came your way.
All of them.
Okay. So what makes your decision? Like, what are you at the time? Like, what are you?
He really want to say, why did you talk to this nigga?
More of a feeling.
Okay.
Like, I've had the best of the best, the money of the money, like hit me up, but I'm not the type of female that can just like fake it to just be with somebody that's paid. Like, I've never been. I mean, sometimes I wish I was.
No, you don't. We don't want that. No, we don't. No, we don't want that.
I mean, but like, honestly, like, I've never been that type of female that could just like fake it just because, oh, they're so-and-so. Like, I really go off a feeling. Like, it could be.
So it's a vibe.
It got to be a vibe. If you have money, if you don't, if you work at Walmart, if you like, it's just, it has to be a vibe with me. And that's what I go off of.
But I know for a fact, I don't know for a fact, I'm assuming for a fact, some tall 6-pack NFL, NBA type of dude has tried to holler at you and you shot him down. Why you shoot them down?
It's the vibe.
Okay.
Like, some people really be really cool, but I'm like, they're not for me because it's like, I don't feel it.
Okay.
Like, I'm the type of person to give people a chance. I'll hang out with them, go.
Unfortunately, Deiondra, I think because she's so damaged in regarding trauma, I don't think that she could see past what her self-worth is. And I think she puts this wall of, oh, it's a vibe in front of her without really getting to, see who these men are. And I think Jacquees was a more easier challenge for her. You think, oh, this little short dude, you don't think that you know what I'm trying to say? You really ain't think he finna play you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't thinking he finna play you. So yeah, that has everything to do with self-worth, y'all. But I'm gonna let it run for about another couple of minutes and then I'm gonna stop and close it up.
eat and stuff like that. Conversation could be good and everything, but I would just tell my friends, like, I just don't like them for some reason.
Okay.
And I'm not the type to just continue wasting my time. Like, I don't need a free meal.
Wait, no crab legs and macchiatos for her. I don't need the free meal. So what has changed now since, you know, all of the trauma? We're going to get, yeah, I mean, like, what has changed? How has the trauma affected you now in terms of like what you're thinking through or looking for, or you like, I'm not dating right now. I'm just chilling. Like, what are you on?
It's a strict program over here. Real strict.
Okay.
Especially now that I have a child, it's like everything has to be intentional. If I, before kid, you just want to go out, you have a bunch of friends, you could just call up. Now it's like, if I don't see us maybe going on multiple dates, like if I don't feel anything,
let it go.
I'm not doing it.
Okay, so I'm gonna end it here, y'all. So listen, Black culture, I want to hear from you. Did you hear the drama, or did you hear family dynamics like I did? I really don't be understanding the social media people and how they get the drama out of something like this. And a lot of people pretend like they have never felt this or know somebody that felt like the outside child in a blended family. And to be honest with you guys, this can help a lot of people. This can really help a lot of people. A lot of women go through this. A lot of children go through this. Okay? And maybe somebody is watching this, right? They grew up in a blended family that has siblings that they are not close to and they want to be close to. Maybe it's somebody in the way of them getting close, like a step parent. Maybe somebody's watching this that has a father who remarried and they felt pushed to the side. Maybe somebody watching this is a father trying to build a blended family right now. And maybe somebody watching this is a stepmother who needs to understand how much power she has in making children feel welcome. And maybe somebody is watching this that is an adult child who needs to know your feelings make sense, your experience matters, and wanting to belong is not weakness, y'all. It's amazing how we carry hurt, pain, and trauma into our adult lives. And listen, your feelings make sense, your experience matters, and wanting to belong is not a weakness, y'all. It's not. She had every right to want to belong in that new blended family that Coach Prime created. If you want Black Culture's conversations that go deeper than gossip, hit that subscribe button. Because see, over here, we talk about sports, celebrity, family, healing, real life, without turning everybody pain into clickbait. I want to hear from you. Did you hear the drama that everybody else heard? Or did you hear the family dynamics? Let me know, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and remember, this is Black Cultures Lit TV, where we keep it black, real, honest, and healing. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, y'all. And remember, social media, her drama. I heard a woman trying to figure out where she belonged in multiple family systems throughout her life. Take care. Peace, y'all.